Part 2, Week 11. We have a big matchup. Former champions going head-to-head. Balls first taking on the Dirt Balls. Tell us your thoughts, Mike.
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. Need a bounce back. Got some good matchups. Keenan Allen versus the Jets. Thielen and Cook versus the Cowboys. Kelsey against the Raiders. Mike Davis is going to get the start again against the Lions. So I got good matchups. I kind of said, watch last week for Nate be the week where his team finally blows up. They didn't go crazy, but still put up good numbers and ended up winning convincingly. Even though he's 3-7, that still had to feel good to he probably didn't want to lose to Kyle, you know what I mean?
Right.
To Kyle. You know what I mean? But no, it's he's got some points out there. Matt Ryan, if I'm the Saints, I'm running everything through Kamara. He's going to touch the ball 25 times. It's going to be short. It's going to be quick. And I'm going to try and limit the Falcons' opportunities and try and limit Jameis's mistakes. So if they can do that, then, they might speed that game up a little bit. Matt Ryan's probably still have a decent game, but probably not a blow-up. Kamara is still going to get his. I don't like the fact that he's got two guys going on Monday night against each other in Kupp and Godwin. I'm a Godwin owner in another league, and obviously he's been hurt a lot. And when he has played, he hasn't been the greatest. So I'm sure this week will be the week that he just goes crazy. I see he's got Hyde plugged in there. He was a big waiver wire pickup because he's back and Carson's still out. So we'll see what happens there. If he can get a couple goal line carries and that, everybody's predicting a shootout tomorrow, then it could get dicey. But I still like my chances. Always good to see 500 projected. Got to feel pretty good about that. Even if nobody goes crazy, 500 will still be tough to beat. So, yeah.
What do you think, Phil?
Okay, so you want to hear the crazy scenario that gets the Dirt Balls into the playoffs?
What the?
He's technically not injured.
What?
He has to. He's got to win all.
The aliens come back and beat everybody, and leaving only the Dirt Balls in the BFL.
So if he wins out, he's got to win all 4. Drew has to lose all 4. Then he somehow got to make up 1,000 points in differential between the two of them.
Yes.
And he needs at least 3 Withers losses, at least 3 losses out of the team that doesn't win the division between the individual one and Dom. He needs at least 2 losses from me and at least 1 loss from John. But he's got a path. It is actually technically possible. And then Balls first actually could at least clinch the wild card this week. You would have the wild card on a tiebreaker. If you get a Withers loss, you actually would clinch at least a wild card with the win this week. You only need 2 wins and one crew loss to clinch the division. Or just 3 wins as well. Doesn't matter what anybody else does if you get 3 wins. But okay, on to the matchup here. I would stick with Watson. You probably should have done that last week. We both were wrong on that when John was right and said should have stuck with Watson.
That's right.
And then you got 3 really nice matchups. Keenan versus the Jets, Thielen versus the Cowboys, and, of course, Cook versus the Cowboys. I think that's why you're got that 500-plus number there on your projections, those 3 really nice matchups. Dirt Balls, Matt Ryan's in a tough matchup this week if New Orleans is who they've been the last couple weeks. But he's got a blow-off spot with Kamara against Atlanta. Maybe Kamara puts up 100-plus points. I think that's his pathway to victory. But I don't think that's going to happen, and I think Balls first might become the first team to clinch a playoff spot.
Ooh, that'd be nice. I think looking at this matchup, Nate has a really good team. But it could be argued that you're superior literally in every matchup head to head. That just leads you over. The argument might be Henry and Kamara, but with Kamara's question mark and his current quarterback situation, it's not a blowout. Hang on, let me go back to that. So that's my thought. That's my thought on this matchup. I think, strongly, Mike. What a blessing that you have Mike Davis still on your team. Well done to not just cut bait on him. I think Thielen's going to eat, and Watson's going to continue to have. I think he's going to have a strong rest of season.
I just want to say, Goff threw the ball 37 times and had 300 yards passing. Guys falling down at the 1 yard line. You know what I mean? Come on, that wasn't that bad of a play. Watson's game was 10-7. 10-7. I think
still outscored him.
It's still the right play. I'm sorry that guys are falling down on the 1 yard line and can't stretch the ball out for touchdowns.
All right, man.
It wouldn't have mattered anyways.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You have Dalvin Cook and Travis Kelce. Life is good. Good to be Mike right here. About to clinch the playoffs. All right.
So.
Anything else on this one? There's a lot of wins over the years between these two teams. So it's kind of fun when these guys go head to head. All right. Looking at Steel Reserves against Mustache ... Should I start?
Yes, you should.
Okay, sure. I'm just looking over our matchup screen. That's why you might see me looking down. I'm actually looking at my phone. We've been talking about all week. We want a piece of the Seattle and Arizona. And I'm not going to go long because I'm basically out of it and Goody's out of it. You want a piece of the Thursday night game. Kyler Murray, holy cow. I did some number crunching, and if you take out his passing stats and only look at his rushing stats, I believe he's the 6th running back. So if you take out all of his passing stats, he has 10 touchdowns and like 600 yards rushing. That would put him as the 6th rated running back. Pretty sick.
Wow.
Terry McLaurin, love him. He's like a son to me. Mike Evans continues to catch touchdowns, although he's going to get the Jalen Ramsey treatment. I'm nervous about James Robinson against Pittsburgh, although Pittsburgh's been leaky against the run since losing Devin Bush. I'm more nervous about their ability to stay on the field offensively and the usage. I've got kind of a toss-up between Hayden Hurst and Eric Ebron. God bless Juju Smith-Schuster. Welcome to the team. You're a keeper. Let's finish strong like you've been doing. I should have played you last week. That's part of the reason I'm dead in the water right now. Looking at Mustache's team, dude's dangerous. Brady could pop off, another 4 touchdowns and then 2 quarterback sneaks. Mike Williams is a touchdown waiting to happen. Jerry Jeudy is always open. There's some PFF focus stat where he's gotten a ton of air yardage, whatever, before the throw. I know you guys hate stats, so I won't talk too much about that. Last year I once drafted Kalen Ballage in the 5th round last year. I was a year too soon. He's actually pretty good now, but that's when he was under Adam Gase, so I should have known better. Gronk, Brady to Gronk, that's fun. I still like my chances, but I don't love my team and my matchups this week. So it's probably going to be close again. What do you want to say, Phil?
All right. So, John, you keep saying you're dead in the water. You're not dead in the water.
Yes, I am.
You actually can even lose this week and still win the division. So if you lose this week, you're out of the wild card. You need to run the table and get a lot of help to get the wild card. Including at least 3 losses by Drew. So, yeah, you're probably not going to get the wild card. But you could even lose this week and still win the division. If you can win 3 and both Dom and Seth lose 3, you would win the division. Or even better yet, you win 4 and each of those 2 lose 2, you would win the division. So you actually still mathematically have a decent chance, even at 4 and 6. So it's a good thing you didn't sell, perhaps.
Thank you.
And then, of course, on the other side of the coin, that's one of the teams that actually is eliminated from our playoff system is the Mustache. And I am going to side with John on this matchup. I lost my notes. Oh, there we are. Of course, you got to love Kyler. We've talked about it all week. He's in a spot he might be the leading scorer this week. He is the leading scorer in our league, so that's not a surprise in a huge matchup against Seattle. I'm not sure about Evans, but the nice thing you do have about Evans is when he scores, he helps you because Brady touchdown doesn't hurt you. So you got that effect going for you. I got another frowny face because J-Rob against Pittsburgh. I love J-Rob. He's been awesome. The Rockford boys been representing. But I don't like a matchup against Pittsburgh. I think it's probably going to be an ugly day for him, unfortunately. So on the flip side of that, I actually don't like the Brady matchup this week. He's Brady. He can always score, as you said, especially because he sometimes get those QB sneak touchdowns. But I actually would go with Cam this week if I was Mustache. I don't like Henderson in that Rams backfield. I just don't trust anybody in that backfield, especially against Tampa Bay's defense. And I know, John, you said you like Balaj, but that Chargers backfield, I think, is a mess too. I think it might be an aberration that Balaj has been good the last 2 weeks. It is a good matchup against the Jets, so I won't count him out. But that's like kind of his home run is if Balaj can go off and Brady has an old school Brady game. But I think Kyler, this game might be over tomorrow. So I'm going to go with John.
I could use it, but probably won't get one. Mike, you got anything?
Well, before we started recording, I was asking you about like if you had any regrets about your matchup last week, or you didn't have any. But how about James Robinson? He had like 2 touchdowns called back by holding, didn't he?
You did.
Yeah, and that would have made the difference, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, you got held, so help them score on one of them. I think one was a questionable call, but anyway.
Yeah, so that hurts. How good would Terry McLaurin be if he wouldn't have like two different quarterbacks and 3 all year? If he was actually like in a consistent system with a good quarterback, like how good would he be? I think he'd be amazing. If he was like playing like with if he was in like Will Fuller's role right now, or you know what I mean,
he looked
like
really good in green and gold.
Stephon Diggs' role, you know what I mean? I don't know. He's really good. So I don't know. Yeah, not much. I think you'll have a looking like a win for you this week. I don't know about Robinson, but James Taylor, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, somebody's going to run wild against Green Bay. Most likely, we'll see how willing they are to clog the box and make Phillip Rivers throw. But it's one of those games too where you can see like something crazy, like a defensive touchdown turns the tide. Yeah, don't lose hope yet, John. Don't lose hope yet.
Thank you. No, the Colts give Jonathan Taylor, I feel like they give him 1 goal line chance every game. In the last few games, he hasn't been getting it. And then Nyheim Hines catches a pass or he busts it through, and Hines is the guy to give. If I would have been too depressed to be on the waiver wire, I probably would have put a claim in for him. All right. Anyway, this has been awesome. You guys want to see a little trivia?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Here's my first one. How many rookies are in the top 12 for running back fantasy points? And then name them. Top 12 running back fantasy points overall. How many rookies are in there?
I know J-Rob.
Yeah, we just talked about one.
Correct. There's one.
And I would say Clyde Edwards-Helaire has to be another one.
Oh, yeah, CH.
No.
Really?
Because you got to think, in our league, a guy that doesn't score touchdowns probably isn't going to be a top player.
Yeah. Let's see. Rookie running backs.
I would have thought there would just be one.
Is that your guess?
That's my guess.
Is Zach Moss on there?
Zach Moss is not on there. He's not been playing well enough for long enough.
All right. No, I don't know.
There are 3.
Wow.
3?
Can you name the 2 besides James Robinson?
Rookie running backs.
Rookie running back. in the top 12. And I'll say this, they are number 11 and number 12. And this week probably really helped them sneak into these spots.
Wow.
Would you like one more clue? One more clue is one of you owned one of them for almost the entire year.
I don't know.
Phill,
You got it.
Phill, you owned one of them and you just traded him.
Swift, really?
Number 12, DeAndre Swift.
Oh yeah, duh. That's
Really?
right.
Anybody have number 11?
No, I don't. I really don't.
I went hard for him at the trade deadline at like 11:30 at night. This is an awesome offer. That's not a direct quote. This is a great offer, but I can't trade him right now. Number 11, Antonio Gibson.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah, there's
man.
no way Brian's trading him.
Okay, so this box on the screen is supposed to move and show the answers, but it's not doing that for us right now. All right, second and final trivia question.
That was a fail.
The only top 25 scoring wide receiver with fewer than 50 catches on the year.
Mike Evans.
No. Mike Evans has, I'll look up his catches. That's a good guess. That's kind of like the trick I was trying to play there.
Claypool.
Nope. Claypool has, I'll tell you. Claypool has 57. Shit, this is wrong. Okay, never mind. Claypool has. You're right. Claypool. All right, let me change the question. Fewer than 50 targets on the season. That makes it even worse. Fewer than 50 targets on the season.
Stephon Diggs.
Nope. So Mike was right. Evans only has 40 catches. And Phill was right. Claypool only has 35 catches. Okay, so this question has to change fewer than 50 targets.
50 targets.
That's like sorry, this question isn't as good as I thought it was. This player used 2 explosive scoring plays on Sunday to arrive.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
No.
Keelan Cole.
Keelan Cole, Mike, nice job. Keelan
This
Jaguars,
is the punt return.
the kickoff return and the touchdown. Put him in there. He's currently sitting on Seth's bench. So you want to say, like, my lineup choices were bad. Well, Seth could have easily played Keelan Cole over Jarvis Landry in the monsoon, and then Seth would have completely blown me out. So, all right. You guys have anything to add?
I actually came up with a trivia question. I don't know how good it is, but if you want to go for it.
Sure.
All right, so who are the top 3 scoring former Packers in our fantasy league this season? It's actually not a hard one.
Former Packers?
Blake Martinez, because you love defensive players.
Yep, Blake Martinez is the top one. He's rated 36 with 406 points.
Sterling Sharp. No. Former Packer.
Micah Hyde.
No, I thought he'd make the list, but he didn't.
Wait, is this defensive player only or offensive players too?
No, it's everybody.
Okay.
I'll tell you, there's one more defensive player and one offensive player.
You're not being sneaky and like Travis Fulgham or something, right?
No, so I didn't count Fulgham. Fulgham actually would have been number 3 if I counted him. I didn't count practice squad guys.
All right.
He was actually like one ahead of the third guy. He was like only a couple points ahead of the guy who's the third one.
Is the other defensive player Kyler Fackrell?
No.
Casey Hayward?
No, he was picked up on waivers a couple weeks ago, and I might have said something about it on the BFL show.
Former Packer.
I don't remember. It's not Josh Jones because he's on
No, it's not Jones.
He wasn't on waivers. Oh, Richard Rodgers?
No.
Okay.
There's a tight end on the list, though.
Jimmy Graham.
There you go. There's the offensive player.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rated 196 in our league. 240.5 points.
Hey, he just got dropped.
The other one's Goodson. I'll give you that. So Goodson was the other one.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
He's rated 89 in our league, 306.5 points. What is that?
That's Nick Boyle's leg going the wrong way.
That's ouch.
Yeah, that's ouch.
That is an ouch.
All right. Well, Phill, you've given us all hope, or you've crushed people's souls with their. Although I think Alvin Kamara might have like 1,500 points in him to keep Nate alive. Those 1,000 that
And keep humanity alive too.
and to keep humanity alive. So this is good. We have hope as a species. Always good to chat with you, gentlemen. Let's keep it going. Keep it healthy.
Yeah.
Be strong.
Bye, guys.
Keep hope alive. See you next week.
Peace. Go BFL. Recording.